All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the elect pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, with the hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh is the name of His only begotten Son. These so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the charagma written about in Revelation 13 verse 16 on down. The miracle jug is the precursor to the charagma. Yahweh, whom dwell ignorantly called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as is written. So I want to go straight into this lesson dealing with the Bank of England, because right now a shift is about to take place, or should I say they're about to make their move out. That's why I see so much things a collapse around the world, mainly when it comes to food supplies. You hear how much storehouse are burned down, and a lot of people feel like these are coincidental, not knowing that the elites are preparing a famine, because the measures where them are going to put in times to come, a lot of people is not going to be with it. Because if you ask the common man, enough man tell us that them now go receive the RFID microchip, but them don't know the type of society that's coming now, in which the government will control the food supply now. And in order to even eat, you have to follow this system, this digital system will get implemented. That's why right now the Lord have rise up prophets to go before you, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to turn unto him, because him are going to be our stay in them times. The Lord say, once you keep his words, him are going to keep us in the day of temptation, and that day is approaching, So I want to go straight into this. This is Financial Stability Report, July 2022. It says, the Financial Stability Report sets out our financial policy committee's view on the stability of the UK financial system and what it is doing to remove or reduce any risk to it. So I go down so it says, at a glance, global economic conditions have worsened. This puts pressure on the finances of household and business. So right now, financial insecurity is coming now. Financial instability, any which way you want to frame it, you see me? And without money to maintain the household, buy goods, you see me? What you think are going to take place in the times to come, Just look out in the streets how people are complaining about these gas prices, these rising in food costs. But the reason why a lot of people even complain is because them don't know what's coming, Them don't have a clue what's coming, because when them go to the shops or the supermarkets, any which one, if them go today, by tomorrow or the day after, the prices change. And a lot of people I wonder what's going on, because them not understand about inflation and the hyperinflation to come. Business places, we have a lot of them lay off a lot of workers, and it will get even worse, because the state of the economy, them not gonna have the amount of, what would I say now, finance to keep them business afloat, And this is where this is the state that the world is in right now, not just UK. So it's prices of essential goods such as food, and energy have risen sharply in the UK and globally, and that's what worldwide, yo. And the outlook for growth has worsened. This is largely a result of Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, and the economy was already in shambles before Russia invaded Ukraine. But right now, it increased, or should I say, it enhanced this whole food shortage, and this is all through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. They say, like other central banks around the world, we have increased interest rates to help slow down price increases. Market have been volatile and financing conditions have tightened. These higher price, weaker growth, and tightened financing conditions will make it harder for household and business to repay or refinance debt. So them debt they were these companies in, and these people where pay them various bills. You see me? They're not gonna be able to pay off these debts, Given this, we expect household and business to become more stretched over coming months. They will also be more vulnerable to further shocks. They said the outlook for the economy is very uncertain. A number of risks could affect UK financial stability. They said the Russia invasion of Ukraine could cause more disruption to global energy and food market. There are also risks from abroad that could indirectly affect the UK. So I want you to take a listen to this clip, That's why I'm even bring out that information, because people don't understand the state of the economy, but more you take a look at the actions that these banks are taking, So I'm gonna go for this clip.
Fill your stomachs and load your preps. We have a difficult week ahead of us, with reports coming from economists and military strategists saying that a storm is rising. This one outlet from Bank of England is sending out a warning to all of its lenders that now is the time for each one of the lending institutions to brace for a severe economic storm. According to the bank reviewers, the world has darkened since the start of the year. Banks must now take the time to prepare their capital buffers so that they may weather the coming storm. The global economic outlook has deteriorated markedly. Global financial conditions as a whole.
So right now, all the information that Emma bring out right now, it's compiled in one phrase, You see me? They're about to bring in them total reset, as they will call it, So right now, every structure where them have right now for this financial system where them have in place, it will take time crumble, because you're heading into what them refer to as a digital age, Today I was even going to work and hearing on the radio, me and my co-worker got work, I'm not really too deep in the mind, but me catch a slight wind of what really I get said. And you have certain place out there in St. Mary right now in which are the banks, you see me, are cashless, So just imagine that. Certain branches, certain place close, But before me even talk further upon that, I go look up more information on that. But it's just a thing that passed me years on the news, you know. So back into the video though, you know. So as it is written in Ecclesiastes, alright, so this is Ecclesiastes 12. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Jump into verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And who are these keepers, yo? The economists, yo. These where I give you the financial report. And them I give you the state of the economy, yo. You see me? You notice them use the word growth, and you see me, because them I look on the outlook. You see me? Import and export, them I deal with trading. You see me? Them I deal with the stock market. You see me? And what them I say is nothing good, yo. Them I say a fall in this economy, yo. And we go before you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but due to the fact that we are not economists, people take what we are saying as, you know, something vain, yo. Not knowing that we are speaking through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, and say, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. The grinders represent what? The job, yo. Be lack of jobs. And the article I just read, I tell you about the pressure with business I go through and even household. What if he's even a single parent household? Yeah, man, trouble. Verse 4. No lie. Read that one more time. And the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Why? Because there is no hope, yo. There is no hope. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And we're about to hit that point, yo. So let's continue listening.
Have tightened significantly. This is Governor Andrew Bailey of the Bank of England. He told a news conference after the BOE published its half-yearly financial stability report, or the FSR. We are expected to decline in the coming quarters, warns the banks. Amid high volatility, liquidity conditions deteriorated even in unusually or usually high liquid markets such as U.S. Treasuries, gilts, and interest rate futures. The BOE is warning that we have difficult times ahead of us. It said core British markets, while still functional, have become more expensive to trade, while bid-ask spreads on short-dated gilts more than doubling compared with their 2021 average. These things will deteriorate further, especially if market volatility increases continually.
All right, so let's listen to this.
Months after Russia's large-scale invasion of Ukraine began, many countries, including Ukraine, are facing an unprecedented hunger crisis.
Just needing to hear that, yo. What? Hunger crisis. Let's bring forward precept, yo. Before we make that video play. So this is Jeremiah 51. I'm gonna start at verse 45. It said, "My people, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, go ye out of the midst of Ur," and the Ur represent Babylon, yo, which is America, and that's talking about out of the philosophy which America push, yo. It said, "Go ye out of the midst of Ur, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai." Because right now the Lord anger is kindled, yo, as it is written in 2nd Esdras, because wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth, yo. So the Lord is about to bring his wrath down, yo. Verse 46, "Unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come one ear, and after that in another ear shall come a rumor." And what was some of these rumors, yo? We have a pandemic. Then we start here about world war. But what? People don't look on and cipher, yo, what is going on? Them just continue them life as everything is everything, yo. As it is written in Matthew 24, say, "Just as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. They shall be eating, drinking, giving into marriage, yo, and knowing that the time is at hand, yo." So let's continue. "And violence in the land, rulers against rulers." And what one of the things will cause the violence in the land? It is written in, let me get this on 2nd Esdras. And bring out these precepts, so this is 2nd Esdras 15 verse, I'm going to start at 5. It said, "Behold, saith the Lord." So this is not Yashamar telling you this, yo. This is the words that the Lord have given us to declare. Matter of fact, before me say, let me read it from verse 1. This is 2nd Esdras 15 verse 1. It said, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." So the Lord put these words in our mouth to go forth to declare, yo. So this is 2nd Esdras 15 verse 5. "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their earthful works are fulfilled." And this is very self-explanatory, yo. The Lord said, because we now live wickedly, Him a go bring plagues, yo. And Him say, when these plagues get sent, them can't get turned back, yo. And our the mighty archer that send these plagues, yo, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. Because as it is written in 2nd Ezra 6, verse 22, people now gotta look for this, yo. So this is 2nd Ezra 6, verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." And this is the time that's coming. So a lot of people where them used to could have got them farmers market, you know, to stock up on them ground provisions, you know, them vegetations, you know. All these things, yo, are come to an end, yo. These things are going to be precious in the times to come. That's why the scripture says, "My servants shall eat, but he shall be hungry," yo. Those who refuse to hearken unto the voice of the Lord. It said, "The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty," because enough people look on them Walmart or out here in Jamaica, them have Super Plus, them have ILO, Brooklyn Shopping Center. They have all of these places where people go stock up on their mega mart, stock up on their monthly supplies or their weekly supplies, any which one. Them no believe that these places can run out of goods, yo. Because them don't understand how goods transport from one location to the other. Them just go see these items in the stores. So it say, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. And what's that? What the trumpet declare, yo? About what? The lack of bread, yo. At them time, there are a lot of people going to take certain things serious. Verse 22, at that time shall friend fight one against another like enemies. Enough people cannot fathom your friend who you grew up with, yo, just through the lack of bread, yo, might kick off your door, yo, kill your family, kill you, just for your food we have in your house. And that's the times that's coming, yo. Your neighbor will usually give you a little salt, little oil, little sugar here and there, or you use sugar bar, little oil, little sugar, vice versa, yo. Okay, if you live in Jamaica, it's worse if you grew up in the Garcia, yo. You see me, that's just a way of life, you know. But in the times to come, yo, it's going to be every man for themselves, yo. Everybody offend for them own. So I want to go back to this clip.
Crisis, blaming Western sanctions. Who is to blame?
It's virtually impossible for Ukraine to get its wheat, its maize, its soybean oil out. And of course, then the sanctions have affected Russia's ability to export. It's affected fertilizers. The energy prices are very much a part of this because it's just made all the distribution channels so much more expensive.
The 48th edition of the G7 summit was held in Bavarian Alps, Germany from the 26th to the 28th of June. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that the key aim of the summit was to send the message that Western sanctions were not causing the spiraling food prices.
You have a plan to get the grain out of Ukraine.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. That's it.
So as you can see, this is where the world is at right now. And it's just going to get worse from here. So this was the final that I want to say, Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash, Shalom.